Have you ever avoided something so much, only to realize it was exactly what you needed? For me, that's always been reading. But I love YouTube so much, I'm willing to do anything even as terrible as reading to get better at it.
I decided to give myself 100 days to read books, and this video is about my journey through that and how I grew.
But I had my excuses at first.
Yeah, nah, I'm about to read after. Just let me ball up real quick first.
Eventually though, my excuses led me to the very thing I was trying to avoid.
Ah! My ankle!
Stuck at home and unable to move much, I had no choice but to pick up something that I'd long avoided: books. You see, I had ordered books before, but never really started them. Eventually, and luckily, I improved not just physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. Because while it was hard to fight the urges to watch Netflix, play Halo, or do anything else quote-unquote productive, I tricked myself into reading by just starting small. One passage in the morning. That was enough to encourage me to keep reading later in the day. I remember how easy it was to get lost in a story as late as high school when my teachers used to read to us. So in these last 100 days, I thought it was similar with audiobooks, which I use alongside the physical readings to really help immerse myself and really focus on the story at hand. Reading changes you. And sure, I can sit here and explain that it strengthens neurological activity in the brain, but it would mean much more if I said the activities and simulations described on paper translated to me dreaming up these fictional landscapes at night. But reading finally helped me get what I was looking for. That one thing I knew would help me be the best YouTuber I possibly can be.
And hopefully it's enough to make you subscribe. But anyways, I even read
nonfiction works about storytelling, like Stories That Stick by Kindra. Her advice on creating amazing stories was immediately applicable to things as simple as conversations with my friends to things as complex, such as writing YouTube scripts.
Because Kindra Hall's 4 pillars transformed how I approach my videos, including this one. I'm the identifiable character, a YouTuber who once had every excuse to avoid reading. My story builds on authentic emotions, from the frustration of twisting my ankle to the indifference I felt toward reading, which transformed into excitement and enlightenment. The significant moment, my injury, forced me to slow down and stay home, leading me to audiobooks, morning reading sessions, and ultimately a renewed perspective. These specific details create a fuller, more engaging story that connects and resonates with you. And that's because everything in life, no matter how small, is a story, and fiction can prove to be just as valuable.
And what's more is seeing those strategies applied in complex fiction works helped not only solidify those ideas I learned from the nonfiction stories, but it even just helped me write better as well. For example, narratives like The Forerunner Saga by Greg Bear enhanced that even further, just because reading such dense pieces of work naturally made me feel smarter and more creative. And these new skills should apply to my YouTube scripts moving forward, making them a little bit more engaging and thought-provoking than ever before.
Beyond just improving my writing, these intricate narratives sparked entirely new video ideas I'm excited to work on soon. Now, I know how layering depth and subtle themes can captivate an audience like you, encouraging me to further experiment with storytelling as I move forward.
Additionally, reading introduced me to experiences you can't find elsewhere. Kurt's narrative in Ghosts of Onyx also made me cry like a little girl, reminding me of my grandfather who stayed behind to work while the rest of his family moved to America. It's like they transported me to other realms. The books, I'd find myself sitting for hours by the roses at Elizabeth Park, lost in the jungles of Onyx, or cozy in my living room as Kindra Hall recounted her travels through Europe and Stories That Stick. At the end of this 100-day journey, I'm going to continue reading as much as I did throughout the entirety of the challenge. And all it took me was me twisting my ankle for the 1000th time. If you want to see where my ankle twisting journey began in the first place and what led me to this revelation, make sure to check out this video where I train like Steph Curry for 30 days. It's amazing.